Hello, Cynthia sings classical, Cynthia Ganga soprano. I ask no favors for my sex. All I ask of our brethren is that they will take their feet from off our necks. One of the arguments that lawyer Ruth Bader Ginsburg made to the Supreme Court before she became justice, this is the Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Important because people need to know who she is, because we have bad memories. So I have things here. I'm not promoting things, I'm not selling things, I'm just showing you things because I love really bold makeup. Maybe you can see it, it's pretty, here we go. Let's take my glasses off because the shadow. So I have blush on. It's called Juvia's Place, and it is African makeup, and it is called the Blushed Rose, and these are the colors of it. Here's the cover right there, and these are the really, really bold colors. So that is like a rose gold, that's a gold, these are all pinks, and that's on my eyes today. And I'm showing you this because I hate makeup that isn't pigmented. I like wearing really bold colors, and this one is called the Saharan Blush Volume 2. You can see it is an African queen or an African woman that is wearing a bowl on her head. My Aji used to do that with water jugs. I can't do it, I'm not strong enough at all. And these are the blush colors. So these are super, super bold. Again, nothing other than inside the score, and Dr. Pineset's pre-med productivity is anything that I get kickbacks for. I actually just show these to you because it's really hard to find really pigmented makeup. And of course MAC, and MAC, for some of you, you may not know, was helpful with funding and broadcasting that HIV wasn't a terrible, I mean it is a terrible disease, but isn't a self-inflicted disease way back in the day, and this is called Antique Velvet, so this is what I'm wearing today. It's a little bit different from what I usually open with, which is complaining about my shitty life and history of sexual abuse and brain injury. But it is something that I've been really embarrassed about because in my family of origin, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup until I was like 17. And I was told that I was a whore and a slut and all these terrible words because of wearing makeup. So I actually find it very relieving to see young women being able to do makeup so well because I was never allowed to do makeup. I'm just going to go and put this on the counter and then I will be back. So today I am going to practice. I am going to practice my singing, which I haven't done for a very long time. I missed you guys. So what have I been doing? I am doing a course called the FPMT, which is the Foundation for the Preservation of Mahayana Tradition, which is Tibetan Buddhism as not destroyed by the Chinese. So you can just fuck off, Chinese. Not people, but like Chinese government that decides to try to kill the monks. That's not going to work. Because then they'll come back. And they'll just come back. Because they can do that. So I've been studying Buddhism, the theory and practice of Buddhist scripture. The first master teacher that I studied with was Theravada, but he was a forest monk, so he didn't, he did participate in the temple work from the time that he was about 12 until he was in his 30s, and then he went to be a forest monk with Lumpu Man. So it is actually a celebration called Kathin Samathi something today at the temple, and I'm not there because they take like 5 hours and that's too long to do anything. So I missed the temple. I was there this week to go and see if they had taught the healing through meditation class It's what Lampa was famous for in Bangkok and in Thailand, was using mind power, or what you build through meditation, to be able to heal people. And he actually had a course in it in 2005, I think, when I was hospitalized. So I want to be able to learn how to do that for my dad, who has neuropathy in his legs because of a botched surgery and because of a very severe injury of falling out of a tree higher than a palm tree back in Trinidad, like 40 to 50 feet, and not dying and breaking his back. There's a lot of dust, but I don't dust, so I suppose that's why it's there. So that's what I've been doing since September. I'm on break until February 2nd, and then I'll go back. So over the next few months, I'll be practicing a lot. The thing is that this program, FPMT, it's the basic program, and it's not basic. It is incredibly challenging. I have an exam that I have to do by January, and I can't cheat because that sounds pretty unethical. Yeah, antithetical? No, unethical. I don't even know what that other word means. Because, well, you can't cheat at meditation. That would be really completely ridiculous, wouldn't it? Is this on? I don't know if this is on. Let's see. No, it's not. I have. So this class that I'm taking is called Musicality. It's from Inside the Score, and we'll see if it's good. Yeah, and I don't promote things that are crap. Well, I promote people who are shitty people sometimes. In fact, I build businesses with incredibly shitty people, and then they build like 10 million, 150,000 million bazillion dollars, literally 150,000 million bazillions. And then I have to come off of it because I don't feel ethical about it. So, what have I learned over the past little bit? I have taken a few lessons. I've learned straws. And so we're going to play with the straw, and we're going to do some F buzzing, which is and I think it's just for having complete breath control. I'm looking at the mirror. Not that you guys can't watch, but I'm gonna get like that you're not currently watching it. I'm gonna get a ring light, and then it's gonna shine over here, and then it's gonna take it off of being sideways, because that's the only way that I can put this thingamathingy on. Thingamathingy. I don't know what it's called. A splitter, I think, or a thing. It's a thing. I don't know. So when Connor committed suicide, I pretty much lost my voice after I sang for his funeral. I sang for myself because his intended parents, or his intended mother, would not let me attend the actual funeral, saying that I was not family. I am his biological mom. I was a surrogate. Angelina's a piece of crap, garbage human person. And I basically lost my voice for a very, very long time. So I'm getting back up to being able to sing up here, which is high F, Queen of the Night F. So one of the things that we do as opera singers, or that Cynthia does as opera singers, plural, because there's multiple characters inside of this body and brain, is to be able to sing higher than the note that you're supposed to be working on. It will be up here. Higher than the note that you'll be singing in concert, because under stress, often your ability to hit those high notes changes. Under stress, my voice usually goes up an octave. When someone calls me cute, which is a word that I fucking hate, I think it's very dismissive. I think that it's very triggering for my rape history. And I really, really hate when people call me cute, because I think that it is very belittling and child making. There's got to be a word for that, but right now my brain is not talking about words. It's talking about singing. So I was talking to a client of mine, and he was saying yuppers is very much an Albertaism, and get her done, and I gun do, and like all these weird verb conjugations that don't exist. But it is actually funny, because while we are a lot of cowboys, and my other client, congratulations on the PBR win for the Broncos, for like the riding steers and Broncos. No, not Broncos, riding bulls, because I know that person that won the $100,000 from riding those bulls. And that's insane. That's like completely insane, to be able to do that. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. That it's like a very, very close connection. Okay. I was going to say, though, that one of the things that I'm trying to build is the breath control to easily be able to get up to this high G6 or A6. You'll hear something that sounds like a computer server, like way back from the 90s, and it's actually the fan in the bathroom. So that's, if you hear it on there, and it's kind of like, that's what that is. Okay. And over the past 2 weeks, I've had laryngitis, so I haven't sung at all. But what was really cool is that I started using the straw to something the vocal cords. I know the word. I want to say elude the vocal cords, but that's certainly not what we're talking about. Okay, and the vocal cord straw thing, oopsies, is at the octave. And I lost my breath on coming down. So instead of recording it, watching it back, and correcting it, because I'm not going to watch them again, because that's a waste of time, I'm going to find the thing that is not working and correct it at the same time. It was hard when I was doing Noah's course in the summer, because the summer was the start of EMDR. EMDR is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It is a mimic of REM sleep. It helps people with extensive trauma like childhood sexual abuse, rape, war trauma, physical violence in the home coming from domestic violence. I do believe that it works on most adverse childhood events, so things like growing up in severe poverty, to be able to help to process that trauma without having to do the whole talk therapy thing where you talk to someone who doesn't have a fucking clue about what you're talking about, because they have lived a very privileged life. So during the summer when I was doing Noah Kageyama's course for Bulletproof Musician, I was really, really sensitive because EMDR is really hard. And yeah, and so I was not able to do a lot of the self-assessment of being able to say, I'm doing something wrong in my practice session, let's fix it. But as my experience of having studied samatha meditation for, wow, it will be 23 years. So it's 22 years right now. It'll be 21 years. I started in 2002. I can't math, but that's okay. 21 years. Studying samatha meditation, I have always gone through and corrected the meditation technique. And then as I'm processing the defilements, because I am at the authoritative mind power, I'm working on processing the defilements, not just making them not bother me. I'm willing to work through all of those triggers that have been developed in my living existence so that they no longer trigger me. But what I wasn't willing to do was to be super sensitive and then to start tackling correcting myself as a musician, because that really is one of the most sensitive things that I do. But I'm willing to do it now. So instead of reanalyzing the practice sessions, which I will not do, I will correct my things here, hopefully, and that's what we will do. And I'm really snotty because I've had a cold and laryngitis. So if I have to get up and blow my nose, that is why. Ooh, I hunch over, but I'm fine with that. Whew, that is a lot of breathlessness. One of the things that I did when I was sick for the past 2 weeks was I definitely pulled a lot of rib muscles and stomach muscles and diaphragmatic muscles and ab muscles and transverse abdominis and obliques, and because I was coughing so much. I'm losing it on coming down. So that's not working, hey, at all. You can hear that, maybe you can hear it might not pick up very much on that mic because I'm not sure.